Good morning students. According to neural control and coordination, today we will learn structure of ear in human beings or statoacoustic sense organs. Okay. In human and other mammals, the organs of hearing and equilibrium are a pair of ears which are situated on the sides of the heads. सभी mammals में जो बाहर का एक्सटर्नल ईयर का स्ट्रक्चर विच इज़ कॉल्ड पिन्ना, ये हेड के दोनों तरफ राइट एंड लेफ्ट साइड में ये होता है. अगर हम ह्यूमन ईयर्स के स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में बात करें तो इन मैमल्स इंक्लूडिंग ह्यूमन द ईयर इज़ डिफ्रेंशिएटेड इनटू 3 पार्ट्स: एक्सटर्नल ईयर, मिडिल ईयर एंड इंटरनल ईयर. When we talk about external ear, we see on this picture the external ear consists of an expanded portion called pinna, okay, which is a skin flap supporting by cartilage and an ear canal and external auditory meatus. It is a S-shaped canal, look like this, in the temporal bone that extend from the pinna to the eardrum, a distance of about 1.5 inches in human. Lining up the ear canal contains numerous ceruminous glands which secretes cerumen, ear wax. The wax lubricate the canal and prevent foreign objects from entering the ear. Okay. In most of the mammals, the external ear is connected with many skeletal muscles through the action of which the pinna can be moved like a fan, like all herbivores, है ना, जितने भी हैं वो कान को अपने हिला सकते हैं. बट इन ह्यूमन बींग्स सच मसल्स आर वेस्टिजियल इन नेचर, फॉसिल्स के रूप में होते हैं, एंड देयर फॉर इट कैन नॉट बी मूव्ड इन एनी डायरेक्शन. एंड द टिम्पेनिक मेम्ब्रेन or eardrum is a delicate membrane that separates the auditory meatus from the middle ear. Sound waves that enter the auditory meatus cause the tympanic membrane to vibrate, which is turn moves the ear oxylis of the middle ear. Okay, and then middle ear. It is a small chamber in the region of the temporal bone of the skull. The chamber or cavity contains a series of 3 bones called ear oculus, namely malleus, the structure is called malleus, and incus, it is incus, and the stapes. Okay, these ossicles are modified from articular, quadrate and hyomandibular bones respectively. The malleus is attached to the earderm tympanic membrane, and incus is in the middle, which stapes is attached with fenestra ovalis. Fenestra rounded in another round opening present just beneath it. The cavity of the middle ear is connected with the pharynx by means of Eustachian tubes. The Eustachian tubes equalize air pressure on both sides of the tympanic membrane. Okay, if the air presence is not equalized, the tympanic membrane is unable to vibrate in response to sound waves, and many human returns. And when we talk about internal ears, the sorry, the inner ear, well developed and complicated membranous labyrinth. It is enclosed in a body auditory capsules from of periodic bones. The bone follow contours of membranes labyrinth and form bony labyrinth. Space between labyrinth and membranous labyrinth is filled with a fluid called perilymph. It is enclosed in a bony auditory capsules form of periodic bones. The bones follow counter of the membranous labyrinth and form bony labyrinth. Space between bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth is filled with a fluid called perilymph. Okay, and which is the cerebrospinal fluid. The membranous labyrinth consists of two chambers of upper utriculus and lower sacculus. Okay. These two chambers are connected with each other by a small duct called sacculo-utricular canal. This semi-circular canal, which lies at light angles to each other, are connected at both the end of utriculus. And these canals are external, anterior and posterior semicircular canal. Of these, superior or interior canal and posterior canal have common origin from utriculus called serous commune. Each semicircular canal at its lower end has a swollen ampulla like this. Okay. Each ampulla has an acoustic spot. This area is called crista ampullaris, and it is made up of sensory hair cells and supporting cells. These are acoustic spots in the utriculus and sacculus. These two are known as musculi. And cochlea. Cochlea means snell. The spirally coiled cochlear duct is enclosed and fused with the spirally coiled part of the periotic bone, which together form cochlea. Cochlea is lined with connective tissues and filled with perilymph. Cavity of the cochlea is divided into three chambers by two membranes, namely Regener's membranes, which is upper in position, and basilar membranes, which is lower in position. The upper chamber scala vestibularis lies between Regener's membrane and the body cochlear canal. Scala media is the middle cavity, and the lower chamber is called scala tympani. The scala vestibuli is connected with the scala tympani at the tip of the cochlea through a narrow canal known as helichordaena. The scala vestibuli ends at the fenestra ovalis, and scala tympani ends blindly at the fenestra around it. Okay. And the working of ear. Ear is responsible for hearing and balancing equilibrium. The scala and cochlea are connected with perception of sound, while utriculus and semicircular canal help in equilibrium. Hearing. The sound waves from the external environment are collected by the pinna. They travel through external auditory meatus and strike the tympanic membrane to vibrate. These vibrations are then transmitted to the internal ear through the chain of ear ossicles of the middle ear. and the step moves into the fenestra ovalis and displays the perilymph of scala vestibuli, which results into the increases and decreases in the pressure. This change is pressure of perilymph in the scala vestibuli is gradually transmitted to the scala tympani through the helichordatenema, which is present at the tip of cochlea. This vibration finally exhausted at the fenestra around rotundus. The vibration of the perilymph of scala vestibuli and scala tympani cause endolymph of scala media to vibrate, and Reginer's membranes and basilar membrane being to vibrate together. As a result of vibration, the fluid in the scala tympani is compressed, and hence the membrane over the fenestra rotundus bulges out, and vibration in scala media is result in the distortion or bending and stretching of the hair cell of the organs of Cartwright. Probably it is movement which stimulates the receptor cells of the cochlear nerve and give rise to the impulses. These impulses are carried by the auditory nerve to the brain and are interpreted as sound. And balancing or equilibrium, these are sensory patches in the ampullus of the semicircular canal called cristae. Any change in the equilibrium of the body stimulates the hair cells of cristae. They respond to the slightest movements of the endolymph and the otolith. The three semicircular canal and utricular are sensitive to the movements of head and changes in the acceleration or speeds. The macula in the utriculus is mainly concerned with the changes in the posture. The impulses are carried to the muscles which maintain correct posture. Okay, तो आज हमने ये चैप्टर ख़त्म किया. नेक्स्ट डे नेक्स्ट चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे. तब तक के लिए गुड बाय एंड टेक केयर.